Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, who is representing India at the Shanghai Cooperation Organisation, the SCO, Defence Ministers meeting that's taking place in, this is in China. This is the high-stakes bilateral that is also expected on the sidelines. He's going to be meeting with the Defence Ministers of China as well as Russia. But it is Defence Minister Rajnath Singh who's called out Pakistan and cross-border, this is cross-border terrorism. He has, in fact, asked members to, in fact, condemn evil. That is what Rajnath Singh has gone on to say at the SCO summit, and a very crucial bilateral that's coming up, not just with the Defence Minister of Russia, but also the Defence Minister of China. Let's listen in to Rajnath Singh.
It is imperative that those who sponsor, nurture and utilize terrorism for their narrow and selfish ends must bear the consequences. Some countries use cross-border terrorism as an instrument of policy and provide shelter to terrorists. There should be no place for such double standards. SCO should not hesitate to criticize such nations. India's zero tolerance for terrorism is manifest today through its actions. This includes our right to defend ourselves against terrorism. And we have shown that epicenters of terrorism are no longer safe, and we will not hesitate to target them. The pattern of the Pahalgam terror attack matches with LET's previous terror attacks in India. In exercising its right to defend against terrorism and preempt as well as deter further cross-border terrorist attacks, India on 7th May 2025 successfully launched Operation Sindoor to dismantle cross-border terrorist infrastructure. We reiterate the need to hold the perpetrators, organizers, financiers, and sponsors of reprehensible acts of terrorism, including cross-border terrorism, accountable and bring them to justice.
Vishnu Som joining us to get us the very latest. Vishnu, of course, Rajnath Singh, they're talking about peace, security and a trust deficit as the most significant challenges while calling out Pakistan and cross-border terrorism.
Pakistan is a member of the Shanghai Cooperation Organisation. This is the meeting of defence ministers of the SCO. The Pakistani defence minister was there as well. And at this gathering, India calling out Pakistan, saying that if there is terrorism which comes out of Pakistan, then those areas will be struck. He didn't name Pakistan by name, but that's quite obvious what it's all about. And what he did say, which is significant, is India's zero tolerance for terrorism is manifest today through its actions. This includes our right to defend ourselves against terrorism. We've shown that epicenters of terrorism are no longer safe, and we will not hesitate to target them. Now, consider where he's saying this. Now, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is an important regional security grouping. Pakistan is a full-fledged member of this. The Indian defense minister speaking there today because it is a meeting of defense ministers. But India's defense minister in China, which is an ally of Pakistan, telling the international community, members of the SCO, that if there is terrorism directed at us, then we're going to hit back. In other words, telling another member of the SCO that, look, if you go and do this to us, then we've already had an Op Sindoor and we will strike terrorist centers in the future. So I would suggest it's not so much the message itself which is new. It's not. India said this consistently, but I think it's the location where he's saying it and the people he's saying it to.
That's right, Vishnu. Of course, talking about that peace cannot coexist with terrorism. That is what the defense minister has gone on to say, and that there really is no place when it comes to such double standards, and that the SCO members should not hesitate to criticize such nations. But also, Vishnu, talk us through the bilaterals that are coming up. We're expecting him to be meeting with the defense minister, particularly of China, during this visit.
He's there for a very short visit. He returns tomorrow. He left yesterday. It's essentially this speech, which was the important one, which he has now addressed. In a meeting with the Chinese defense minister, they're likely to review the situation along the Himalayan frontier. Remember, India and China have made considerable progress since the lows of the Galwan crisis. The situation in Ladakh has stabilized. The first group of yatris are en route on the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra. There is talk about resumption of direct flights between India and China as well. So as far as China is concerned, to a certain extent, there is a stabilization of that relationship. It's by no means normal in the manner that we would like it. But that would perhaps be one aspect of his talks with China. But I think his remarks on terrorism, given the fact that Pakistan is a member of the SCO, that's significant.